What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Vanboy Autos. Today we're going to be doing some basic maintenance on my GMC Sierra. I'm going to be walking you guys through an oil change on the 2.7 liter TurboMax engine. Alright, so starting off, we're going to go through all of the tools you're going to need for this kind of a job. This is a basic oil catch pan. This is a very crude one, it's just a big bucket, but anything will work that you have. You're also going to need a funnel for when you add your new oil in. I've got some shop towels here just to clean up any mess that's probably going to happen. A pair of gloves to keep your hands clean. And then specific to this car, to remove your drain plug, you're actually going to use a 1.5 quarter, I have an extension. Basically, you just need a 1.5 inch, you need a 1.5 inch ratchet. I don't have one of those, so I bought this extension. I had to literally twist the plastic and it's enough strength because, as you'll see, the drain plug is made out of plastic. So you will need to buy one of these every single time you do this oil change. You could probably reuse the old one, but I would not advise that. You'll probably get some oil leaks eventually. So I picked this up at AutoZone. You can also get it on Amazon. It's like $8. And that's the part number there. So it's a GM genuine part. Next up, you need your oil filter. So the original equipment here is a AC Delco PF66. This is a confirmed aftermarket fit, I guess, from STP Extended Life. This is just the one that they had in stock at my local AutoZone, so I went with that. And then you're going to need your oil. So this engine calls for 6 quarts of 5W30. You want to make sure it's Dexos 1 approved. So I've got a 5 quart and then a single quart here just to add up to that 6. All right, so the first step is going to be getting set up under the truck. So I'm going to take my gloves, my 1.5 inch drive, and my oil bucket. I'm going to go ahead and move under the truck with all of this. It would be nice if I had like a thing to lay on, but I don't. So forget, it's really far up in the front, and it's kind of like, yeah, like dead in the middle of the truck. So try to find somewhere not too dirty to grab onto. Pull yourself under. Right here is your oil pan and the drain plug. So we're kind of like dead in the center underneath the truck here. So I'll grab my pan, try to line that up to catch underneath. Give me 1 second to put my gloves on. All right, and basically what's going to happen is I'm just going to take this extension, this 1.5 inch extension. I'm going to put that in there. It's a square hole, so it fits. And you're going to turn that counterclockwise best you can with this shitty plastic thing that I'm using. Definitely recommend using an actual, ratchet if you have one. But with enough force, it'll come just like that. And then you're going to want to try to get out of the way as you pop it. So it's loose. It's fully open now. There it goes. I'm going to drop my drain plug in there as well. So there it is coming out into the bucket below. A little bit of splash, but not too bad. So I will be letting that drain for a while. I'm going to go grab some shop towels, clean up some of that mess. All right, so that has been draining pretty good now for a while. So if you look right next to it, that is where our filter lives. So that's going to be, hand tightened on. So I'm going to reposition the bucket a little bit closer to that, and we'll pull that off as well, and let that there'll be a little bit of oil drain out of that. It shouldn't be a lot, but there will be some. So we'll clean that up, and then we'll get the new filter on and the new drain plug in before we move up top. All right, so this is another angle of that oil filter. I'm going to go ahead and try to get my bucket. I should have enough room to move it over here and get it in position to catch anything that's going to spill out of this as well. Be careful right here. This pan's hot, so you don't want to touch your arm on that too much. This should be just kind of hand tight. Should be is the key word though. So I've been fighting with this thing for a minute. I was finally able to get it loose by hand. Definitely recommend getting one of those universal like oil filter wrenches that they sell at like Walmart and anywhere, like a normal person. I'm going to let that drip out as well. So that is now going to drip into the oil pan as well right there. I'm letting it drain a little bit before I fully take it off, just to like lessen the mess that's going to come out. So we'll let that drain, and then I'll take it off and then rejoin you guys. Alright, so that is the oil filter completely removed. So I went ahead and cleaned the surface a little bit. It's still dripping a little bit of oil on there. That should be fine. And then over here back at our drain plug, that's pretty much slowing down as well. So I'm going to let that drip for just a few more seconds, and then we'll plug it back up and put the new filter on, and then we'll move up to the under the hood of the truck. Alright, and that is the new filter and drain plug put back into the car. Highly recommend getting that oil filter wrench and just having a normal 1.5 inch socket that you can put on a wrench, because that was brutal manhandling that in. I was literally just pinching this extension with my fingers, but I was able to get it. You can see it just has to get to where that little fin there catches the stopper, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not too hard, but I made it harder than it needed to be. So that's all down here. I'm gonna move all this stuff out from under the truck and we'll go to the hood. All right, so now we're at the last step. We're gonna be adding the new oil to the truck. It's all the way in the middle over there, which is kind of hard to get to. It's probably smart to go get like a step stool, right? But my ego's not gonna let me do that, obviously. I'm not gonna stand on a step stool to get into the hood of the truck. That's crazy. So I'm gonna take that off, put that here. We'll do the single quart first. So I've got our 1 quart. Open that guy up. Get our funnel. Make sure it's clean. You don't want to add any debris and shit directly into the engine. I'm gonna go there, and then we're gonna pull up. Riveting. So this one you don't really have to take your time with, because it's a single. So get that emptied out in there. You can do that whole letting it drip forever, but I'm not going to do that. And then this is the kind of hard part. We're going to get the big boy out. Oh, this is nice. Usually I use castor oil, and you have to poke it with your finger to open it, but this one has like a pull-off. Pretty good. And then I'll try to line that up the best I can. Dump that. So really easy capacity, because the truck is exactly 6 quarts. That's what it takes. So a single and then one of these, and you don't even have to measure trying to leave any out. You just put the whole thing in there. It's kind of nice. And of course we'll check our dipstick after to make sure we didn't overfill. Sometimes you might want to leave a little bit in this 5 quart to account for anything that was left in there if you didn't let it drain for a long time. But I'm pretty sure I let it drain everything out, because there was no drips coming out of the pan or the filter housing. So, oop, done. Okay, now we're just gonna stick the cap back on. Drip a little bit of oil on the engine cover. Twice. I'm gonna fumble for a shop towel. Oh God. Okay. So the last thing we're gonna do is check our dipstick, make sure the level's looking right, and then I'll show you guys how to reset the engine oil life in the center console there. So let me clean up that spill that I had. Wipe that. Wipe that. Dipstick's all the way over here in the corner. So I'll pull it out. It's a long guy. I'm going to clean it off completely. So make sure you can see nothing on there, so you'll be able to see a clean line when we get it back out. So we'll fish it back in nice and gently. I'm going to try not to cause any splash. And we'll pull it back out. Check that again. Oh, it's up there to the fill line, so it looks good. Easy enough. I'll pop this back in here. And that is basically it. The only thing left to do is reset the computer inside the truck so that it knows that it has fresh oil, and it'll restart that countdown. What I like to do is with my old oil, I'll put it into this empty jug, and then you go drop it off at an Advanced Auto Parts or somewhere, and they actually recycle it for you, so that's kind of nice. So I will do that in just a second, but for now I'm going to show you how to reset the onboard computer here. So I got oil on the door handle, that's sick. I'm going to attempt to do this without actually getting in the truck because I'm covered in filth. So we'll go in here, got my key, turn it on to accessory mode, and then we'll scroll through the start vehicle to view application. I guess you got to have the truck fully on, so I'm going to press the brake, turn it on. Okay, and then you'll go through your computer stuff here until you get to oil life. Should be right there, 27, and as simple as just clicking that. You sure you want to reset? Tab over to yes. Boom, that's it. So now it knows it has fresh oil. I'm gonna log that in my notes. I try to change oil every, I want to do it every 5,000 miles, but I try to do it every 6,000 miles. So don't do this thing that all the modern things say, like, oh, good for 10,000 miles, 15,000 miles. That is going to destroy your engine. Definitely change it at least every 7,000, preferably every 5,000 to 6,000. So thank you for watching. It's been another quick little video here on the Vanboy Autos channel. If you like what you see here, please like and subscribe to the channel for more automotive content. So thank you for watching. I plan on making more content with my Sierra. This is my main car now, so keep an eye out for that. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.